Hello and welcome to Stars Without Number Abaddon, Season 3, Episode 7. We're talking about personal teleportation and whether or not we'd use it. I'm a fan. I don't mind if I'm getting disintegrated. Liam, what are your thoughts?
I've just unmuted Quack. Yeah.
Why did you
good.
mute me in the first place?
You were gonna make noise.
No, I wasn't.
I was
Quack,
100%
Quack.
certain of that.
I'll allow it. Make your noise.
Ah!
Fuck! I
thought
didn't
he-
hit the button quickly enough.
I thought he was going to refuse out of principle because he's not a fucking dog that we can make do tricks, but apparently he is. Quack, thank you for doing the trick.
Fuck you.
Here's your treat.
See, that's the answer I wanted. That's the response I wanted.
I also didn't make the noise. I made a different noise.
Yeah, I'll accept it. Are we
Personal teleportation kills you.
Yeah, so I'm down. Too convenient not to use. Not? Are you using it?
You muted Nut.
Cool.
He's
Nut's
fine.
using it. Quack, are you using it?
No, I don't want to die.
Liam, are you using it?
Death sounds sublime.
Sweet. With 3 yes, 1 no.
I actually liked living, unlike you idiots.
Nah. You'll be dead. You won't know.
Look,
Exactly.
man, just join the Mormons. They won't ever use it.
No,
that true?
Mormons are
Random,
weird.
but okay.
Space Mormons are weird.
Space Mormons built a very large ship.
Yeah, because they don't want to use personal teleportation.
Too convenient not to use. Liam, where are we? What are we doing?
I don't know what happened last week.
Horrible things. Many
You asked me
horrible
questions. I asked you
things.
questions. Matt, what happened last week? Specifically, Matt. Everyone else, shut up or I'll mute you.
Let me
Quack,
find my notes.
you didn't shut up. Matt.
I thought you said Matt, you didn't shut up, and I thought you muted me. And then I was like,
Nah.
they can hear me anyway.
Matt.
Fuck you.
Oh, that's the wrong note. We did some psychic stuff. Why have you called me out like this?
So what happened? What happened? What happened last week?
That's the wrong
Give me a
note as
rundown.
well. I have too many notes. Where's the physical notes? Shit.
Take better
Oh, I'm
notes, bitch.
panicking. We arrived on a planet that I've completely forgotten the name of. All I know, it's mainly green
say
with
it.
some blue bits. Because I asked because of my style. We arrived on a planet. We went and talked to the Psychic Academy, the people in charge. I know that they are being harassed by a group called the Black Sun Syndicate, who are also psychic, but they're militant psychics. We talked to people. Some psychic stuff happened. Not Gwen. I think that character's dead.
Gwen is long dead.
Tail, that's her name. Shit, I'm not informed tonight. Tail was revealed to be a slave to the administrative board, or the administrator dude, or I don't know, the person. And they said, wait here, don't leave. We'll talk about it. Maybe we'll help you. Maybe we won't. Wait and find out. Olga brought them tea and sandwiches, exact sandwich they wanted. Everyone loved their sandwiches. And if Tail says she didn't, she's lying.
Gwen has look, but you made me do it now. Tails never liked anything you've ever made for her. Or at least she's never said
She's
she
wrong.
has.
She loved that sandwich. Miriam successfully got Ishtal. Is it Ishtal?
Ishtar.
Ishtar. Successfully got Ishtar to the academy. Had no faith in Tail or Olga's ability to get there on their own. They proved her wrong. Go us,
No.
Tail.
No,
We
you
got
didn't.
there. We got there on our own without
Really?
incident.
Yeah. Without incident.
Then
Mhm.
The incident wasn't even our fault.
no, it
Really?
wasn't. Then Olga had a
Liam?
weird mind meld with the Professor David Solis. I have notes. The precog dude. The precog professor.
I think he means why were you looking over there?
What the fuck were you looking at? That is several miles away from.
There's a monitor over here. Over here.
Oh, okay.
Why is your side monitor over there? Mine is right here.
Because it's a 50-inch TV.
So is mine. It's right here.
Okay. Don't question it. And then we were kidnapped. Voluntarily.
I ran away.
And then, yeah, Ishtar and Tail ran back to the university, and Olga and Miriam are stuck aboard the Abaddon, or the Appleton, with Green and Ethan being taken to the Black Suns. An Augur met an AI called White Sun. How was that summary?
You missed the
Did,
part where we were betrayed by the guy who told us he was helping us.
No.
No, that's the
we,
part of
we
being
weren't
kidnapped
betrayed
voluntarily.
At all.
And we
Did
were
we,
slightly tricked.
Anything else anyone wants to add?
Gwen failed at realizing the guy's
Gwen?
clothes weren't. God damn it!
I've cursed this
Gwen
episode. I've
failed
cursed
at
us.
being alive, unfortunately.
For the last 2,000 years.
Oh.
Tail failed at recognizing the guy's clothes didn't fit.
Mm.
And then she realized we were being followed while we were running. And
I mean, don't you have Oracle? You could have just looked into the future. You could have.
I
seen
can look
this
a
coming.
minute into the future.
Yeah.
My oracle is actually not that useful.
Oh, that's
It's
true.
useful for ambushes.
I was attempting to give them hints as to what was going on, but
So
No.
apparently,
As a player, I recognize it, but as a character, I didn't.
apparently every other player picked up on that except for me. I was just like,
I mean,
nah, Liam
I
wouldn't
was-
give you a hint. He would just make you want to seem like I thought he was doing the complete opposite, like making it seem really sketchy. So that means it wasn't sketchy. I was playing
Also, we're
3D
all
chess when it was
forgetting
just
the
a
most
normal game of chess
important thing
happening.
that happened last week. We learned how to control Miriam.
We did.
I was going to kill that guy when he showed up, but then I remembered I wasn't getting paid to care.
And that's how we control Miriam.
you give her a credit.
A
Miriam.
single credit through anything we need.
Look, she's not going to accept a single credit. I'm just saying that right now.
Okay. I think that's a good enough description. So I think we fade up from our recap, like our last time on Stars of Abaddon season 3, and then we flick through.
Continue.
What the fuck was that?
That was episode 6.
Okay, all right.
Continue.
Right there, Matt?
Doing great.
And then then we have the title screen, and we fade up from that, and I think we see Augur and Green and Ethan. To me, his second for his name.
He's
and
so relevant.
Miriam. He's
He's the most relevant.
most used relevant character. Definitely has a personality.
A very defined and very well-made personality.
Yep. That's our Ethan, who I also once again had to search for his name. I think we see them standing in a relatively opulent waiting room aboard the station. The station named White Sun.
Yeah, I was named the White Sun.
It is. It's a bit egotistical.
Is this the biggest? Wait, which station is this?
Yeah,
the big movable station.
Big mobile station thing.
This isn't the space elevator station.
No, this is the one in
Black
the
Sun,
blockade.
movable big thing.
The Black
Is
Sun
this
one.
like their capital ship?
100%. And I think after a short while, in your head, Augur, a voice we recognize as White Sun, speaks to you and says, I'm trying to think of what would they call this dude?
Daddy?
No. Daddy?
Wow.
I don't know.
I
don't
feel like there's an
know.
organization somewhere in Stars that would do that.
It's like there's like God, Sandy, and now it's Daddy.
Daddy.
The organization you're
names we've
thinking of,
come up
Quack,
with.
is the Uwu Squad. I'm proud of
I
that
hate
one.
it.
I'm
I
really
hate
proud
it.
of that one.
Horrible.
I hate it,
And
and
they're
that will never exist in any universe I ever create.
Liam, it already
Um,
does exist.
It doesn't.
Matua
It's-
made them.
It's dead.
Matua made it.
It died. It's suicide. In the first faction turn, it got everything into a ship, and it flew into the sun. That's just what they decided to do. I don't know.
Then
I
took
can't explain
control of that sun and then flew that sun into a
Um,
black hole.
it to you. All right. So
Ah,
yeah, I
stupid.
think so. White Sun says, when you see the chairman, I would advise respect. He's going to propose an offer more generous than I had suggested. And I would recommend you accept.
Thank you very much, White Sun. We appreciate your concern.
I'm not concerned.
We
I like the
appreciate.
station,
Oh,
and I'd rather not see people get thrown out of it.
we imagine that would be quite fun, though.
Give it ideas.
No,
Oh, well, thank you for your concern.
and I think like as that ends, which is a fraction of a second communication, the door to the leading out of this room, the one you didn't walk through, opens,
So,
and White Sun's voice comes through the speakers. If you could all step through, please.
so before we step through, Olga turns their head to Miriam. Miriam,
She is pointedly just staring at the ceiling.
Miriam, well, we're going to assume that you can hear us. We would like to hire you for a job. Before we enter into this slightly ominous room.
Really?
We can pay you 200 whole credits.
I think you have misunderstood our relationship significantly.
300.
You're confusing me now. This is new.
400?
Why do you think increasing the sum will make a difference?
Well, you just recently. How long ago was like the end of last episode?
Half an hour.
An hour, maybe.
Well, in the past hour, you sold your life for 100 credits.
My life? No. No, they bought the lives of all those 16 soldiers.
Oh,
I'm going to call them my $100 guys.
oh. Well, then we were under the assumption that you would help us if we paid you to make it official
No.
contracty.
No. You see, those other guys I tolerate because I'm paid to. You are just something that I'm saddled with.
You exist.
You don't go away. You came with the ship.
In that case, the ship would
And
like to
you
ask
wanted
you a
to
favor.
be my friend, and so
Well-
this is new for me.
Oh,
You are mixing roles now, and I don't like it.
we apologize, Miriam. We would like to ask you for a favor.
There you go, saying weird things again.
We want you to
Favors.
do something that is potentially against your character.
Ah, you want me to act against my interest?
Yes, most definitely so.
Probably won't happen, but sure, go ahead, try it. New things. I'm open to new things.
We would very much like it if you help the people of this planet that we
Galateo.
definitely know the name of.
Galateo.
We would like you to help the people of Galatea, specifically the Free Psychics. And not the Black Suns.
What about all the other people? Have you asked them? Do you think that these people you are attached to have some significance compared with the rest of the world?
Potentially. Who knows?
Who knows? I guess we'll see when we talk with the chairman, yes?
500 credits?
You are not my employer. Never. I will not take money from you, ever.
What if we traded
Well-
favors? We do you a favor if you help us with this?
Like I said, let's see what the chairman has to say, yeah?
Please, Miriam.
Do you know how much the Abaddon is worth?
You say
As a
the
player, I
exact
don't. What, like, August is whatever it's worth.
down to cents.
Yes. Yes. And you came with the ship.
You keep reminding us of that.
She nods. Let's go.
It means
Strange.
he owns you.
Please?
You just see the Miriam starts walking towards the highlighted entrance to this office with the chairman.
Okay. Yes, you step in and it's the kind of the same level of opulence that you see in here that you did before. I think it almost rings to the point of like this is someone very intentionally trying to appear this way. And as you step into the room, you see a man who is seated at the other end of this room. He has like visible cybernetics of some description, and I think the people who have watched the show for the last couple of seasons would notice they look like a much more advanced version of the psychic like augment that we had in seasons 1 and 2, and it kind of spiders across the left hand side of his face. You've got these kind of almost veins of some sort of metallic substance. And he smiles as you enter and says, the executioner, welcome.
Thank you. Thank you. I hope I haven't made a nuisance of myself.
You are merely doing what your profession requires. I understand this.
You know, sending 16 guys, I felt like a young chick at a ballroom with lots of suitors.
I would like to imagine that 16 of my highly trained men would have put an end to your highly decorated career. But I'm glad we didn't have to come to that. I'm glad you didn't have to put that certainty to the test. Because, I will admit, for a while there, you had me going. It was an interesting watch, at least.
Ah, yes. Unfortunately, the AI that came with my ship is a crapshoot compared to yours.
He smiles. A White Sun is highly specialized, and, well, let's just say he appreciates what we do aboard this ship and what we do as a syndicate. And I hope that maybe after this conversation you might do the same.
Not many people leave an impression. I like you.
He smiles. I'm glad. I like you too. Now, the pleasantries are out of the way. To business. I'm willing to offer rather exorbitant, rather exorbitantly. And, well, first of all, I'm willing to pay the bounty on your 3 crew members. I'm willing to then pay you on top of this. And, well, I'm sure we could organize hazard pay. And I only ask for one small thing. He smiles. This is the part where you ask what the small thing is.
Don't
it-
ask.
I see. You want to pay me a substantial amount of money. I assume someone has to die.
He smiles. Someone's. Someone's indeed. I'm not only willing to pay you a large amount of money, I'm also willing to pay the extended debts on your 3 crew members. They'll be free.
You hear that, Green? He thinks you're my employee.
Green chuckles. Yeah, made the mistake that I don't run this boat. A lot of people do that.
I mean, you do pay him.
Well, I paid you for a service. Didn't pay you to be on the ship.
As an
Kill.
employee does.
Hmm.
Employer does.
You literally called him your security personnel,
Oh.
Details.
and he's somehow wearing a jumpsuit that says security on it, with a picture of an apple.
Mr. Chairman, do you know the history of Mars?
I have done my reading, as most of us have. Nothing too in depth, though.
It was a beautiful place. It had lofty aspirations about freedom and good government by a military elite, sort of like your company. There were people who were in charge who should be in charge. But then everything got so tangled up with money. Why is it that these people you want so dead oppose you so vehemently? I'm sure a man such as yourself with these means could befriend most people.
I could, if it had been my interest. Befriending the dissidents on Galatea does not sit within my, well, my frame of interest.
And you have this amazing blockade fleet, but you have not nuked their compound.
He smiles. The death of that many civilians would be bad for the press. We are still a public relations company. We require a good public face, one that would be able to entice new applicants.
I see. Jansar does not approve of destroying real estate.
I do not approve of destroying real estate either, Miriam. At least not being publicly seen to do so.
So, you want all of these dissidents, rebels removed?
I want it shown how unviable their position here is.
And you're willing to pay a lot of money.
I am.
How much is Tail actually worth?
A decent sum.
Yeah.
The outstanding debt on her is probably in the range of like the hundreds of thousands of credits.
Nice.
Nice. You see, I came to this planet with a problem. My ship's AI is going crazy.
Going.
That's not fair.
You could say he's a complete nutter.
We object to that if we have a say.
He killed himself well, his physical self, almost twice already,
3 times.
doing insane, risky experiments in metaspace.
That's not the whole story.
I wanted to maybe see if some other psychics could calm him down, explain the rules. Didn't work out so well, I think. He almost killed one of them himself. You know,
That
if
is
you hadn't sent your goons, he probably would have done the job for you.
I believe that my academy and my trainers would be a perfect environment for the teaching of a level of discipline, of self-control. It is one of the things we specialize in.
self-control is not necessary when it comes to the maelstrom.
That is untrue in almost every sense.
Like I said, he came with the ship. I don't know what EKB is up to, EDK. But I thought, let it run its course. I can't afford to kick him out of the ship. Nor do I want to kill him. He's sort of a girl attached to me, like moss.
On a rolling
would-
stone.
We would use the term stray puppy, but okay.
You're not that cute. I have a stray puppy.
I forgot about that.
Says,
I think we can come to an arrangement, Mr. Chairman. There's really only one thing I need.
I guess at this point
Do
it is my
you-
time to ask what that is.
Do you have the services, or are you employing the services of a Martian flesh crafter?
We don't have one aboard ship, but we can contact one.
My equipment has started to deteriorate.
And you need the sort of unique repairs that one such as yourself would require.
If I'm to kill psychics, I need to look my best.
He smiles. Understandable, of course. Although, I would imagine that as an executioner yourself, you might be able to come into these services slightly, well, in a more timely manner than we.
Yes, I had hoped to see one on planetside, but things got derailed a little.
We can direct you to where the nearest local would be. Not in system, unfortunately, but only a few jumps away.
Perfect.
He nods. He says, so, I provide you with this information. I clear the remaining debts on your 3 unfortunates. And I throw in a bit of hazard pay for your trouble. And you will do this?
I see no reason why not.
Miriam?
I like military-minded people who can get things done. And you clearly want this done. And you picked the right tool.
He smiled. I knew we did. See, White Sun? I told you. I think we hear White Sun say in reply, of course, Chairman. I was just concerned about the AI. It is strong-willed.
Yes, maybe you
you.
should stay on board my ship just to, make sure. Or,
White Sun says, I could leave a fragment of myself on board the Abaddon.
if that would please you, I certainly would not object.
He notes, do you have the requisite AI core?
Probably not.
That would be a problem.
I'd have to get one.
I'm sure we would have the requisite equipment for a fee.
How much?
Let's have a look. Okay. I think the chairman steps in and says, I would say if you were to relinquish your claim on the hazard pay, I could include this as part of our deal.
Sure. I don't need hazard pay.
He nods.
Compared with having an actual functioning AI on board, it would
How
be like
dare you, Miriam?
White Sun says, I would only be a fragment of myself, but
We
with
are-
enough functioning capacity to operate any systems you would allow me access and to be a link between yourself and the rest of Black Suns.
We are perfectly functioning.
Okay.
We have
Yeah, I mean-
functions.
I think if you're happy there, that's the deal he writes up.
oh,
I think he he writes it up, like he passes you to sign, which I assume you do.
Don't sign it, Miriam.
And
I do
he
sign
says I understand a member of your crew was not aboard your ship when you arrived here.
you know how it is. Sometimes people get lost.
He nods. I will allow you time planetside, as supervised by White Sun, to reclaim your lost sheep, if you wish.
The sheep.
I appreciate it.
He nods. Fine. Then, if it is all agreed, I will set technicians to make the requisite changes to your ship. And White Sun, if you could partition a part of yourself for transport aboard the... What was it you're calling it? The
The
Appleton?
Abaddon.
No one is touching the Appleton without our express supervision.
You know, this is a funny story. I thought he came with rules attached to him, so I asked him to change the name of the ship from the Abaddon to the Appleton, and he did. I didn't even order it. It's incredible.
You did. This is a discussion for a later time, though. You did order it, though. You just don't remember. Regardless. We're getting off track.
Okay. I think yeah, if everyone's happy with that, we
No.
cut away from this scene.
I
Uh, we cut away from the scene, and in the background, Black Sun's technicians install a not a full AI core, but one capable of containing a fragment, a fragmentary AI, which wouldn't take like much more than what they have to upgrade that to a full AI core. So
Olga
if you ever
is
decided to
supervising
do
the
that, you've
fuck out of that.
weren't you the one who was agreeing with this last week?
Yeah.
You've gone
Hey, man.
made it significantly cheaper. Tail,
Yes.
what did you do since you've left the Abaddon?
Well, she ran back to the university place, the campus.
Yeah.
And probably, I assume, went to the headmaster's office again, and looking for help for some kind.
Yeah, sure, okay. So I think you enter, and as last time, we are greeted by Ingrid, the good professor's assistant, and as she sees you approach, She says, I think we see her see you, and we see her notice, and then she says something into a terminal, and then she looks up and kind of approaches you, and says, did you give her? Would she have your name? Did you give her a name last
Yeah.
time? Okay. She says, Miss Domingo, you were not meant to leave the campus.
I didn't need to. I was tricked. They attacked. They took everyone.
What do you mean they attacked? They took who? The rest of your group?
A man. They're dressed as one of your men, but he wasn't. Yeah, and Ishtar's there as well.
Yeah.
He told us to go with him because something you were going to give me to the Black Sun. He took us out of the campus to safety, but it was a lie. We got to our ship and the Black Sun attacked us. Ishtar and I fled, and then they took my friends.
I see. Well, wait here. The professor is on his way. He won't be long. Please, sit.
Tail goes to a seat and sits down. She looks very shaken.
Yeah, okay.
So I think at the end of last episode, Augur had called the professor and like updated them on the situation,
I believe he had.
Okay.
like sent pictures and stuff.
Yeah. So when the professor arrives, he greets Tail and gestures for her to follow him into his office. Says, Tail, if you would follow me, please.
Okay.
He nods. And yeah, gestures for you to enter the room. He says, I heard about your situation. I do apologize.
I don't understand what happened. It's confusing.
We have been doing checks of our security, and, well, it's been found out now, so it matters little. You said the rest of your friends were with Black Sun.
Yes. Ishtar and she took me away, and then the ship took off with them on it. No one was outside the landing area, so we came here.
Okay. Oh. He says, yes, I understand your friend Ishtar is gifted and psychic. It would have been an honor to have you both here. I want to make something very clear, Miss Domingo. The people orbiting this planet are, well, they only care for their own self-interest. What we are trying to do here is provide a home for those who don't have it, provide well-being and training and security and safety for those who would never have the option otherwise, because Black Sun and people like them would never admit those who could not pay. We do not run on that system here. We operate independently. We have done research and deals and whatever we've needed to for funding, and kept ourselves afloat and alive outside of their system. And they despise us for that. They will do everything they possibly can to end what we have here. Do you understand that?
I think so. They're like my friend Miriam. They will do whatever is in their interest.
He nods. In their own self-interest, and not in anyone else's.
That's the same way she acts.
Yeah, he says, I will give you housing here for now, until we know more of your companions. I will have Ingrid show you to your new rooms and to the can't think of the word, to the various things you would need during your stay here.
I don't want to stay here without my friends. I need them.
Unfortunately, there is not much more I can do unless they decide to come back to the planet. Our sphere of influence does not expand out to, well, Black Sun, obviously.
I see. Before this all happened, you said you were deciding what to do with me.
I was.
You helped me with the void.
If the opportunity arises, yes, we will.
Thank you. I don't want to go to the Black Sun. I don't think they will help.
No, I very much doubt they will in the way that you want. They will help, but their help will most likely not be very, well, not in the direction you are looking for.
They're not very nice people.
No, they are not. He smiles and says, well, if you will follow Ingrid, she will take you to her rooms. If you have any questions, if you need to know where anything is, she will be your first point of call.
Okay. Thank you.
Pleasure. And he steps up and he leaves. Ingrid does kind of exactly as he said she would. She takes you to an accommodation, which is a room that you and Ishtar share. She shows you where like the canteen is, where the toilets are, so on and so forth. Is there anything you want to ask her in this time?
Yeah. Tail asks, what are you going to do if they come back? The Black Sun?
We will do what we have to, Tail.
I don't understand what they want from me.
You are... And she pauses and like she looks like she looks like she's thinking intently. She probably like looks up at the sky. She looks down and says, you are a piece on a board. You are an asset that can be used to appease the greater powers.
I don't want to be used. I don't care for these powers. I want to help people.
She laughs. Very few people do. And yet, we live in the galaxy that we do, where they control everything and use anything and everything.
I've met some others like them. Bad people. They did things that hurt others. One of them destroyed an entire group of others just to get some information. I stopped the information from being locked to them.
Then you did something good to oppose their evil. It's a good thing.
don't understand why everyone's like this. It's wrong.
It is just the way everyone is. Just the way humanity is.
I see. Got a problem there, Nut?
Okay.
I think that's probably it.
Sweet. All right. So for Miriam, I guess, are you gonna go retrieve Tail?
I mean, I think there's either there's a long conversation in a break room somewhere while the ship gets fixed, or I suppose the idea here is while the ship gets fixed, we head
Yeah.
down.
Yeah. Yeah. So I mean, yeah, you can absolutely be given a like a Black Sun shuttle to head back
One
down.
thing
whilst
Miriam
the-
does do is ask White Sun if the leader of the team that tried to exfil me, is he on station?
Okay, I mean we can play out this. We can play out this
All right.
this conversation. So yeah, what do you? How do you say it? What do you say?
The leader of the hey White Sun,
Yes, Miriam.
the leader of the team that tried to extract me and my compadres. Is he around on station?
The exfiltration team is aboard station. Yes.
Do you happen to have a nice $100 restaurant somewhere cheap, not too fancy, that you could maybe send him over to meet me?
I'm sure I could find something like that in our directories. I could ask him if he wishes to join you there.
Perfect. Do that.
One moment. Miriam,
Yes.
he will join you there. Here is the directions.
Perfect. So Miriam will look at the rest of the crew, Green and Harold, and she says, "Let's go."
Terrell?
Yeah, Harold. Augur.
And
Ah.
and the other member of your group.
The most.
Oh, Ethan. Right. I almost forgot you were there.
The cardboard
Most
cutout.
important member of the crew.
He's the most important member we have, Nut.
So, you like your newfound freedom?
Who are you talking to?
Both of Ethan and probably just Ethan.
He says, I don't really trust them to follow through.
Really? You don't think they would buy you out? How much are you worth? 2,000? 20,000? 200,000?
I don't know.
Well, more of a chance than you had yesterday.
That's true. I guess my fate is kind of still in your hands.
Well, you decided that when you came aboard the ship.
I'm not complaining. You seem like a good enough person.
Ah. Well. Yeah, there's just this awkward silence.
Yeah.
I imagine Ethan's used to that.
Yeah, it happens a lot around him.
He just creates
Even
awkward
before he was a
silences.
slave, it just happened in general.
Oh man.
Okay,
Where did she
cool.
meet this guy?
In another life,
Um,
Ethan would have made an amazing spy. He's just so forgettable.
Yeah,
Yeah,
right?
exactly.
Okay, sweet.
The name's Ethan. James Ethan.
Whilst you're heading there, is there like Olga, is there anything, is there a conversation that happens here or
With Miriam?
yeah.
No. Olga's very quiet.
Okay.
I think Olga even though it's not played out all the time, Augur's usually talking to someone, like about something incredibly asinine or something they find interesting about the current situation. Augur hasn't said anything since the meeting has finished. That meeting with the chairman. They've just been silent.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think after a short while, the directions lead you to it's one of those kind of food joints that are like trying to look really fancy, but they're not. Like none of it is real. It's all fabricated, and then like the food is kind of crap. Yeah.
I ordered a $100 steak.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. He
To be fair, that's probably the normal steak here.
I think he's probably waiting for you as you arrive. And he smiles and says, haha, the executioner. Well,
$100 boy. And she will walk up and like make friendly, a bit too friendly, maybe a
Yeah.
bit much.
As you
Yeah,
proceed to kill him.
he says, yeah, really is a shame you cut a deal and, well, bought your own life.
Ah, you know, I am hankering for some steak. You want it? I see there's a $100 steak.
I'm glad your life is worth as much as a steak.
You know, this is going to be the best steak I've had since yesterday.
I'm sure it will be. I've heard I've heard most of the eateries aboard station is fine. This is kind of looks around. Generally a little bit under my pay grade, but I'll make the exception for you.
Of course you will. You're alive today because of me.
He chuckles. That really is one way of looking at events, but the way I see it, you hadn't have run out of that hangar bay, cargo bay, you were dead.
Come now, you were welcome to step through the door. Everybody was. I invited you in.
What you did is created a choke point so that you could face us one at a time.
Oh,
It was
yes.
tactically brilliant, but in the show of bravado, of cowardice, well, I know which way that's leaning.
My friends, this steak is going to be amazing.
He smiles and like stands from the table. Yeah, you enjoy that. I'm sure you will. Let's well, maybe next time we meet you won't run away. It's been a pleasure. He stands and walks away.
Oh, by the way, that job that the German offered me, you think you could have done it? You think you can do it?
He like stops kind of mid-stride, turns around. I already infiltrated the security. Of course I could do it. But
How
here's
was
the
it?
thing. He wants plausible deniability, which means you. Have fun with your steak. I'm sure the restaurant kind of looks around again. I'm sure it's fine.
I like this guy.
And yeah, he leaves.
Yeah, I just look at him as he's walking around. I just look at the steak. When he turns around, I look at him and do you see the steak there? Yeah.
Do you eat it?
I look at Green and I say, heads or tails?
Tails.
And I flip a coin. One is tails. And she looks at the steak and she says, you want it?
Never say no to free food.
Yeah. Good Green. We would have taken him and all of his chums. Easy.
He nods. I know.
Yeah.
How many were there? 16? 20?
think so. Yeah, 16.
16? I could have taken 15. I'm sure you could manage the last one.
Yeah.
All right.
Just waiting for Green to eat, and I look at the entrance, and I think I haven't seen the last of him. Don't worry, we'll get a second chance.
Green, like, through a mouthful of food, says, "Better brought on first."
I imagine the knife disappeared after he's finished eating.
And then he like swallows mouthful. Bet I can get him first.
Would I be jealous of you, or would I just be thankful? Probably a bit of both.
Put 100 credits that I get him first.
I take that bet. 100 credits.
I love
All
Green.
right. Yeah, you have a 100 credit bet with Green about who kills that guy first.
Yep.
All right.
You just tell me
awesome.
if I win the bet.
Yeah. All right. So what happens next? Like, you basically offered a shuttle to go and get Tail if you want it.
Let's see. Made bet about Black Sun's elite professional guy. $100. With Green. About who can kill him first. I'm sure White Sun is super into it.
Yeah. I mean, definitely heard everything you said and definitely hasn't said anything.
I suppose heralds. Let's order something and go down to the planet. Yeah.
All right.
You're muted.
No, he's not.
It's just silence.
Yeah, it is.
So okay, so you say that you say that Herald, let's go order something and go down to the planet, and Augur says, "Our name is Augur."
I like it, Augur. We are going down to the planet. Do you want to come along?
Do we have a choice?
Last time you spoke like that, you tried to pay me. I don't like it.
Okay,
Get a
cool.
reply.
Yeah. So we get a shuttle and we head down to the planet. And since the shuttle lands on the psychic academy place, we just sort of get there.
You're gonna
away.
land. You're gonna land the Black Sun shuttle right in the middle of the Psychic Academy.
Yep.
I love it.
That's a great
right.
idea. Let's do it.
Yep.
Okay. I think we come back to Tail and say I think Ingrid walks into wherever you are at that point in time. Tail, what environment do we see you in?
Taylor's probably sitting on the floor, like meditating about trying to she's trying to connect to the void by herself, but it's not working very well.
Okay, sure. Yeah. So yeah, we see Tail kind of seated. I think we see Ishtar in the room. She's probably sitting on a bed reading something. And Ingrid walks in, and she looks at you, Tail, and says, "Have you heard from your friends?"
Takes a moment. No. I was thinking of contacting them, but I don't know how.
Can you think of any reason a Black Sun shuttle would be heading for us?
No.
I think I need you to come with me, both of you.
Okay. Okay.
Okay. Yeah, she takes you with her, and then you go out to like this kind of the main open courtyard, and I think you can see the thrusters of the shuttle getting kind of closer and closer, as it approaches,
Teo uses premonition. The oracle.
Yeah.
I know what it is, but she doesn't.
Yeah. So each invocation of Oracle requires main action. Yup. Commit effort. Yup. Once triggered, the adept gets a single brief vision related about the question they're asking, and it's from your own personal vantage point. I think so. Miriam and Olga, how do we see you when the shuttle ramp drops?
I mean, she has no intentions of hostile activity, so
Okay. So
yeah, she just
she's
appears.
just standing there, no weapons. Okay. Yeah. So you see Miriam standing there with no weapons, and Olga looking pissed off, annoyed.
As pissed off as a thing without a movable face.
Yeah.
Olga expresses their emotion through a lot of body language. And Olga never looked anything except incredibly jovial. Olga looks pretty angry. Or like
Olga
looks
looks
not happy.
like a child throwing a tantrum.
Do I see any of the Black Suns on the shuttle?
No.
No.
I would equate it
you
more
see
to a
green, and you see
preteen throwing
Ethan.
a tantrum. Like a 12, 13-year-old.
Yeah.
I would then. It is my friends on the shuttle. They. Olga doesn't look happy. I think.
Good job, Tail. That's called emotion.
Yeah, but Teo has no idea what you are.
Oh, yeah.
Miriam is Miriam.
Okay. Well,
I don't see anyone else on board.
I think it's best you're here when they arrive.
Okay. Miriam may have made a deal with them. She tends to do that.
What sort of deal?
One that benefits her.
You know your companion better than I. What benefits her?
Money.
Okay. I will be ready.
She's unarmed, if that means anything.
It doesn't.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah. So I mean, the shuttle touches down. Yes, Olga, with your raised hand.
Matt
So-
here.
so cute.
If Black Suns takes over this academy, if they get what they want,
Yeah.
what would happen to, like, this isn't me doing premonition or anything, Oracle rather, just Olga working it out like as a person, like a logical. What would happen to Ishtar? Like, what is there? Yeah, what would happen to her?
Depends what you do.
Yeah, like no. So if Black Suns they take over the university, they take over the academy. It's just theirs. Like, what is? Does she get looped into a military?
Not necessarily. There are
if she
other
stays?
things. There are
We
other
could
things that
kidnap
she
her, something.
No, there are other, like, they don't only train militant psychics. They do other
But she
things.
works for Black Suns and doesn't really have a say about it, right?
I don't know if I don't know if she has no say about it. Like she works for them, but I don't know if it's against her will.
Okay. So they wouldn't, like, you could leave if you wanted?
In theory.
Okay. Cool. That's all. Carry on.
Yeah. So I mean the shuttle touches down, and the door opens. What happens?
I think we see Ethan stumble out first,
Yeah.
and then Miriam appears with Green and Augur in the back, and she just kind of looks around,
Okay.
like theatrically.
The first thing Teo does upon seeing Miriam is read her thoughts
All right.
at level 2.
Do I get some sort of like? Do you delve in deep?
You
or-
have a
Target
mental
makes
saving
mental
throw.
saving throw to resist.
Correct. Mental saving throw.
You succeed. God damn it!
Resist.
And you don't
Yeah.
feel anything though.
Let's see. Basic forms or contact does not need a saving throw.
Level 2 does.
Right. Yeah. I think you just get like a very happy sensation. Miriam is pleased. Miriam is very happy. Like a child that's Yule, like fest, like Yule fests. It's like, yes, this is.
I
great.
whispered to Ingrid, she's made a deal.
Well, I will leave it to you to figure out what that is.
Tail runs
yeah.
over to them and says, "You're okay."
Ah, yes, Tail. Wonderful to see you. We are perfectly fine. Look, everyone's here.
I can see that. And that means you've done something, doesn't it?
Of course I
It
did.
does.
Something that is stupid.
Why?
These people, they want to help us. You don't care what they want. You care what you want.
What I want?
I've been with you for a
Right.
while and understand how you work.
Why the Black Suns have an offer to you. They want to set you free. They will help you with all your problems. They will take it away.
Every deal has two sides. I've
course
learnt
it
that from
does.
being with you.
Very smart.
One side helps you, but the other, not good. The other side hurts others. Always does. I don't like that side, and I won't let you do it.
Why? I don't need to do it. You'll do it yourself.
What does that mean?
Why? What about Green and Ethan? Do you want to hurt them?
No, I don't want to hurt anyone.
Yes. Well, that's your choice.
I think Green says, I think this is a discussion we should be having away from praying ears on the ship.
Perfect. Let's go.
The ship
I'm not
is
going.
a prying air.
Well, I'm not going. We're going with you. Let's take us to your room or whatever. Conference room. Yes. Conference room is good. Find a secure place.
I ask Ingrid if there's a place we can talk.
Yeah, she'll lead you to one. Just like a conference room. Yeah, she takes you there and closes the door and walks away.
Before she walks away, Olga catches her. That shuttle in the courtyard is linked to an incredibly sophisticated artificial intelligence with a penchant for breaking into things that does not belong to it.
She says,
Be careful.
well, thank you for the advice. I don't think we've signaled it or given it a connection.
Good.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, how does the rest of that conversation go?
Not you muted.
Yeah.
What do you do? Not. You just re-muted yourself. Are you talking to someone?
Yeah, I'm talking to someone.
Okay.
And oh my god.
So I think the door shuts behind Ingrid, and Olga, in a very exasperated voice, "What the hell are you playing at, Miriam? What are you doing?"
She puts her legs on the table and leans back on the conference room chair and smiles.
Miriam,
It's not
what
an answer.
have you done?
I have not done anything.
You signed paperwork.
Yes. Do you want to see the paperwork? You didn't ask before.
What does the paperwork say, Miriam?
Well, I pull up the contracts with the compad. What does the paperwork say? And she just kind of chucks it at you.
Yeah, I mean it says exactly what you've agreed to and what you've offered in return.
Yep.
If we were to break this contract, what are the legal ramifications?
It
Can we
wouldn't be
roll
great
something?
for you.
Like administrate?
Yeah. I mean, it wouldn't be great for you, but yeah, you can roll to see exactly
Get a
what you
better
do.
understanding. All right, I'll roll.
Yeah.
Intelligence or wisdom?
Intelligence.
10.
I'm
Yeah, August
Yeah,
scans
I
the
mean,
contract.
there would be relatively stringent like legal ramifications for it. Fines.
there are some
Possibly.
ways to. I mean, you could lawyer your way out of this contract easy.
Yeah, I
enough.
mean, okay,
Yeah.
so I have a pretty
They
good
have
understanding of the
expensive
contract.
lawyers though, so
Yeah. They
Are there
have
any
more money than us,
loopholes?
though.
Is it
you'd have
pretty
to have your
airtight?
own. It's written pretty well. It's a pretty regular like,
Employment?
yeah, like corporate like pro forma. Like it doesn't look like it's that unique or special.
I mean, technically, we could go to Yanzar and say they kidnapped us and forced us to sign this contract and stuff like that. But
Well, we
you
read
know,
the contract. It has what we thought would be in it. It's a contract.
Miriam,
What's your point?
what-
well, there's no specified date.
Is there a specified date?
Nope.
I think, Miriam, this will not end well. These people, they're not nice.
You think your friends in this place are nice? Come now, don't be
Nicer
silly.
than that group.
Let me tell you a story about Mars, eh? They thought they were nice. They thought now the world will be better. But you see, there's only room for so many big things in someone's heart. So when the time comes, people leave, people don't become so like in time, the nice fades away. Sometimes you have to do ugly things as well.
And what does that have to do with the current situation?
Nothing. I'm talking about the future. The future of this place. How it's always gone. They
This
start out with nice sentiment. They build up power, they own the planet, they run the planet. Suddenly they're not so nice.
They don't run the planet, they run the school.
Yes, but the school is what makes the planet run. It's the only significant structure here.
No, there's also an ice cream store.
Significant.
Ice cream significant.
Also, the ice cream store is part of the school. The school is the city is the school. So I think we may be getting marred in the details.
Well, there's no time limit. You can do whatever you like here and, see if it's actually so nice as you want to be. And if you want to have your freedom, if you want to get rid of all of these bounties and all of the things that you don't like, that are realities in your life. Maybe this is an alternative.
I won't help myself at the expense of others. It's not how it should be. I don't care if I have this. I point to my neck. I don't care about it. These people haven't done anything to hurt me. They haven't done anything to hurt you. Why should it matter if they are alive or not? Why should it matter if Black Suns wants them dead? They
get
haven't
paid.
done anything.
You get paid. That's why it matters.
Is that all you care about? Money?
No,
Name one other thing.
care about my dog.
That is not the point. The dog doesn't.
Do you know
The
its
dog
name?
is yours. Do you know its name? Like, I'm
called
asking you,
Seth.
not.
Yeah, it's called Seth. He's
Oh,
nice. He likes to play.
he doesn't like to play with me. He only plays
No.
with you.
He plays with us. He's good at
Yeah.
chasing balls.
And then he helps others. He gives you joy. These people give me joy. Why should the Black Suns take that away?
They
Black
don't.
suns give white sun joy.
What the hell's White Sun?
It's the AI for Black Suns.
They
Yeah.
have an AI?
Yeah.
What?
Well, like I said, the Black Suns give you offer. They can unburden you. You don't
They
have to
gave
care
you an
about all the
offer
other
to
things.
hurt these people,
Well, I don't have to hurt them right now.
but you have to, and that's the point of this. I don't want them to be hurt at all.
You can't stop them. If it wasn't me, it would be the ships up there.
I can't stop them. You can.
That would be interesting.
Miriam, technically there's nothing in the contract stating that you couldn't commit counter-sabotage towards Black Sun.
But I
You're
like
not-
White Suns. I think he's an excellent AI. He will improve the ship. It would be great.
Do you know how AI fragmentation works?
I suppose not.
Okay. Just checking. Neither do we.
Well, that's let's just say that there is no time limit on this contract. I don't have to do this right now. Maybe in half a year you want to kill them. Who knows?
Miriam, you know there is a time limit on this contract. They
Legally
won't let you
speaking, there's
leave
not.
this system. They won't
They
let you
will.
leave the system until it's done.
They will.
They have
Right.
no legal
It's in the
recourse
contract.
to not.
Yeah.
I won't help you.
Just
Neither will
because
we. But
I'm
Miriam knows
assuming
that.
one of you would think this. The time limit is them getting sick of waiting and just deciding to kill the planet, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, now you're adding on top of Miriam might kill these guys. The Black Suns will just kill these guys.
Yeah, I mean, there's a point where Black Sun's like, fuck, look, the PR hit is a thing, but this is taking too much of our time and resource.
Miriam, why don't you help them, these people, instead?
They don't pay me.
I'm sure
You
they'd be
haven't
willing
asked
to.
them.
Let's go ask.
Well, Sure. Invite Ingrid in. Maybe she will give us an offer, yeah?
I shouldn't just stand that door listening.
She's not.
Aw.
Not everyone is a PC.
Wow.
Green does
I'm
it.
I'm gonna grab some water.
Yeah.
As soon as Miriam said there's no time limit, Auger's body language changed completely. Like back to, oh, everything's okay. Our faith in Miriam has been restored.
Auger, there is a time limit.
There's not. There's nowhere in the contract that says anything about a time limit.
You saw what they did when they took us or took you. Do you think they'd care about a contract if they could just do it themselves?
No, but that doesn't change anything from how it was before.
We can help them, help these people instead of the Black Suns.
We are aware of that.
If Miriam does what they want, I don't actually know what they want, but if Miriam does it, this place will be ruined. I like this place in it.
Tail, we must admit, Miriam had us going for a second. For a second, we were pretty angry, which is a new sensation for us. It's very interesting. Miriam won't help Black Sun unless you want her to help Black Sun. Then she'll help Black Sun.
I want her to help these people. The Academy.
I'm sure if they pay her, she will.
Why is that all she cares about?
Have you ever had a Cadbury egg?
What's an egg?
It's a thing birds lay.
No.
It's an old earth bird. It lays chocolate eggs, and they're very hard. And on the inside, it's gooey and salty or sweet, maybe. And you have to crack through a hard shell to get to the... Maybe it's umami. You have to crack the hard shell to get to the yummy, gooey inside. And money is Miriam's shell. And... well, we don't know what her gooey inside is, but... do you get what we're trying to say?
No,
Miriam,
I really don't.
You walked back into this conversation at the same time that you did,
Yep.
with Ingrid. So you've walked into whatever that just was.
Tail just looks extremely confused.
Olga looks
Look,
like they're proud of their analogy.
look, there's a reason why I wanted to take the Black Sun's job. They offered to fix him.
Fix him?
Well,
Fix who? Fix him who?
I hoped they would fix him.
Fix who?
Fix who?
That's a
Ethan?
disappointment.
What's wrong with Ethan?
No, I pointed
Ethan,
at
do you
Harold.
need someone to fix you?
I just pointed at Harold as if that's the joke. Like, look at him. Look at that thing. That smug thing.
You know I'm not a him, right?
What are
It.
you?
I don't know. We don't know.
I think that's the first time you've ever answered that question.
You best decide on a... No. I like you as you are. But, Ingrid, as I've said, sometimes people have to die. That's just how it is.
I mean, I don't think she knows how to respond to that.
So is that a yes?
Miriam just kind of shakes her head. Okay, forget the last 5 minutes, especially that conversation.
I was talking about eggs. The fuck's an egg?
How big exactly, Ingrid, do you think is this the Black Suns?
What was the question?
How big would you say Black Suns is?
A lot bigger than us.
Just a space station and the blockade fleet?
Physical assets? No, they have other ships, I'm sure. Their influence is much more than that.
It's so hard to kill corporation. Usually you need a bigger one. What do you feel about Yansar?
You know, we have had no real run-ins with Yansar. Why?
Well, you see, Black Suns cares about these planets because they think it will give them profits. They look at spreadsheets and they see losses and they think hiring me will help balance the sheets. What they don't understand is that sometimes I let things get fucked up.
What are you implying?
To kill a corporation, you need a bigger corporation. Yansar is bigger.
And how exactly are you planning on pitting Yansar against Black Sun?
No, yet. I was hoping that you were the psychic and you would just tell me.
She's not that kind of psychic.
That's not how psychics work.
I know.
So,
Ingrid, you came. This planet stands free of corporations. It's why they think they can pick on you, Black Suns and others.
yes.
Yansar protects their assets.
No. We won't do that.
Why?
No. You are asking us to sell ourselves to. No.
I
Why not?
understand.
Why not turn the university into a corporation and lease yourself to Yansar for 100 years, 20 years, 50, it doesn't matter how many years. And then you're not their property, you're your own individual entity, but you're protected by them. I'm sure that happens all the time in the corporate world.
We are not willing to. No.
Don't play these games, Ingrid. It makes you attractive.
Thank you.
But it also means one day I might have to kill you.
Not. Goddamn it. Miriam.
Straight to the player.
Miriam, you can't hurt these people. If you try, I won't let you.
Miriam is
We had this
very
conversation
capable of hurting them.
once before. Yes.
She won't, though.
I won't let you.
Well, like I said, they are offering to buy you free.
I don't care.
Do you care about Green then? What about Ethan? Because they want to buy those guys as well.
What they want is up to them. For the first time in my life, I want something.
Do you even know what it is?
No, but I want to find out.
Well, go find it out.
If I do it alone, I will leave you. I will leave this ship. These people. These are the only people who can help me.
Strictly speaking, that's false.
The Black Suns, from what I know of them, are not the kind of people who help others. They aren't nice. They don't care about people. You don't care about people, Miriam. You care about yourself.
I do care about people.
You care if they pay you. You don't care about the people themselves.
she cares about you.
Does she?
Yes.
Do you?
Of course.
This is the first time you've noticed that Tails speaking coherently? Like, you have no idea what's going on with Tails. She's acting a lot different than normal.
Tail, I don't know if you realize, but the world is not the way it's supposed to be, but it is what it is.
The world is shit.
Best get used to it.
Why not change it?
What's there to change?
Everything. We can help others.
If you could do that, there would be no black suns over the skies.
The black suns are not the problem, I think. They are just a part of it. I point to my neck again. This is the problem. Money is the problem. People. That's all people
No.
care about.
It's all I care about right now. But, that's because I have things I need to do.
And what do you need to do?
Well, I need to pay down the ship for one.
A lot of credits.
And some assholes decided to trespass on it, and they're also adding to the debt because they are escaped corporate serfs.
Indentured servants.
Yeah.
Slaves.
Yes. Sure.
There is a bounty on you that is not insubstantial, Tail.
And
Some people might want it.
what does that mean to you?
It means I will have to kill a lot of people who are my coworkers. Well, I view them as my coworkers, really. They're more like passerbys.
These people, Ingrid, said they can help me remove it. Remove the brand.
No.
Now, if
No, they said they could help you remove the blockers. The brand is not what's blocking
of.
your potential.
Yes, it is. The brand is the blocker.
Ingrid, you say you can remove this blocker thing?
We might be able to do something about the limiting factor. The physical will still be there.
How much time?
Sorry, what was that?
How much time?
I don't know.
Well, my ship is currently being retrofitted, so we have time. I'll have to submit some paperwork. So ideally, we get this done sooner rather than later, yes?
We can try.
I would love to see results.
We would love to see the procedure.
I want to be free.
She stops and says, right now, I don't see why we would, though.
Because we
you're nice.
paid you.
You help people. Miriam just kind of looks at Tail.
She says, there are those here who would. Yes.
We paid you.
No.
Yes.
You are under contract to one day End everything we are trying to do here.
We're not. Miriam is.
You all are.
We didn't
I'm
sign
not.
anything.
That doesn't matter.
Well, it does. Legally speaking,
no,
we don't have
it
any
doesn't.
legal obligation to do anything. Not that we would anyway. Regardless, we paid you,
Whose ship is it?
Miriam's.
Who controls where you go? Who
Well,
has
we're
the
on a
final
ship.
say?
You're forgetting
Well,
that we
technically,
paid
EKB
you.
has the final say. I do owe a substantial amount of money.
Gee, looks Roga. Send not to you.
We paid
I
you.
could.
You. Well,
Hmm.
doesn't change the facts as far as I see it.
I'm gonna try something. Where is it? I'm going to make Miriam not think about money.
The universe implodes.
You do have a mental save.
Requires a
With-
mental save. Let's see. The possibility of committing violence. This requires the psychic to commit effort. Target gets mental saving throw.
It's not just violence; it's any action or input or information. Hmm. Damn it.
So yeah, Miriam looks at.
What you feel is you feel something buzz in your brain slightly, and for a moment you forget about your obsession of money, but instantly comes back. It's only like for a split second.
Oh, I felt weird, like my heart skipped a bit, like it was filled with butterflies.
Butterflies are good.
Yes, I like this place. I like you. I don't want to kill you. I don't want to kill any one of you. But you see, it's my job. Someone gave me an offer. You didn't give me an offer. So if you want to resolve this problem by getting me a damn good lawyer, we could maybe, work things out.
And we paid you.
No, we didn't,
Just-
Matt.
Olga paid
Gestures
them.
around.
No, you didn't. Did you?
Mm-hmm.
I don't remember that.
He gave him. He gave one of their professors a bit of information.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Which was the agreed price.
hmm,
In any case,
Mm.
the reason they want to send me is because they want to avoid the PR disaster that destroying this compound would be. Ostensibly, actually, I bought you some time. They expect me to do it.
So you what are going to do something about? She kind of like gestures at the sky, the roof. That
I could.
She wants you to pay her.
we don't have money. Not enough.
No. I want to be Napoleon Bonaparte.
Conqueror.
Ruler of Galatasaray.
Some say ruler. Some say tyrant.
Well, someone has to rule this rock. Someone has to be in charge. If you don't want to govern this, someone has to.
That is your price.
That is my price. Emperor of Galatasaray.
Miriam can actually help you. She has friends. She's an
Shrugs.
executioner.
It's not my decision.
Well, I
You're
suppose.
insane.
I suppose you have to call a national referendum. Do you want the Martian madwoman as your Emperor.
Miriam, why are you such a bitch?
Tail.
Have you any idea how few emperors there are in this entire galaxy?
Some would say none.
Some would say none.
An emperor rules multiple planets. This is a
Yes.
single planet.
Well, you got to start somewhere.
Well, in the past, emperors only ruled one planet, and mostly
And
not
part
even the whole
of a
planet.
planet. Yeah.
I watched a movie.
Alexander the Great would be so envious of me.
Okay.
I'm gonna read
Um,
Miriam one more time.
Sure. Let's see. Mental save.
Level 2 again.
I
You need
think
to
I'm
cut that.
immune.
Oh,
You're immune to mind altering, but
many-
you're not immune to me reading.
Let's see. Advanced probe, mental saving throw. Can you just spam this?
It has been some time since I last did it, so it's up to Liam.
All right. Well, yeah. So yeah, you read Miriam's level 2 mind. Current thoughts. You can't pick up memories or non-obvious connections.
I guess what
Wow.
are her thoughts in relation to what she's just asked for?
Oh man. Let's see. Let's see. Her thoughts. Man. So you hear a man's voice in her head, and he's saying, let's see. Yeah, he's saying 27 people, 4 innocent bystanders. How long are you planning on doing this? And then afterwards you hear, like, there's a pause because you don't hear her side of the conversation. And you just hear, you've killed 6 people so far, and the year isn't even begun.
Is that it?
Wow. Yeah, pretty much. I mean, it depends on how many minutes can you read?
It's basically just surface level, so probably like just whatever is currently going through, so not very long.
Yeah, so her surface thoughts are just a mess and about this conversation that she's running in her head, like as like a thing she's using to sort of mask her deeper thoughts. Or maybe they're connected, who knows?
Miriam, are you even focusing on this conversation? Or are you thinking about the past?
Both?
What does the
Yeah.
past have to do with now?
everything,
Do those
Tail.
6 people?
Past
What do those
is
6
now.
people you killed matter about this?
she just kind of smiles, and there's this laugh, like dismissive laugh, like, I hate psychics. God, you read my mind. I should really not be here, but that's my price. Empress of Galatasaray. You pay me in cash. Every
You want
year.
to be emperor and to be paid.
Well, I mean, taxes technically go to me, though they're used. You know how the system works. I skim off the top. Place goes great, everybody loves me. Place goes bad, you know, people have to die.
You know Napoleon was banished to an island where he eventually died.
Yes, but he came back.
Not well. He was then sent back again. and died.
Some
Alone.
ideas are ready for a sequel, and she just kind of like, yeah,
That's yeah.
it's been tried before.
Some ideas are ready for a sequel. I think that's where we're gonna wrap this up. I
Uh
need to think.
oh. Yep. Everything died.
Seems
So
like good timing because the overlay is dead.
yeah.
Good work.
Yeah.
Oh,
All right.
my
That
hard
settles
drive
it.
decided to disconnect.
Good work.
Okay. So I mean, that's where we're gonna roll things to a conclusion. It was gonna be a short one today because I'm
Yeah, you're fucked.
exhausted. So yeah. Did anyone have any goals? That's strange.
Kinda. I don't know if I did any of them.
Yeah. Do you want to go first then?
I had 2 goals that I may or may not have done.
Yeah.
I won't let Miriam hurt these people. They're trying to help others, and I will help them.
I mean, Miriam, you get to make that decision.
I mean, I'm trying to give you the goal.
Yeah. Okay. I'll give you something for it.
And my other one was also in relation to that one, so I don't really think I get more experience for it. But I can't hurt others. I can't let others get hurt because of me or anyone else. I will stop them from getting hurt, even if it hurts myself.
Yeah. There you go. Yeah.
Yay.
Miriam, do you have a goal to become an empress?
Yep.
Why did you have that as a goal?
So I'm a merchant. I get paid. I want white suns on board Abaddon.
Yep.
Tail is naive. I need to learn about my world. Tell her about the Black Sun's offer.
Yep.
What do you want? Empress of Galatea. Just think of it.
I'm gonna get that right now, but
That's so stupid.
you're working towards it.
Yep.
So
And
stupid. I love it.
because it's awesome. You can have that as a second major.
Oh, sweet.
That's fine. Because that's just.
It's so stupid, but I love it.
Well, it's a thing. Fuck. Harold?
Our first one is well, we didn't get it. It was convince White Sun to help us.
Yep.
Second one is convince Miriam to help the people of Galatea. Or the way, yeah. Help, convince Miriam to help the people of Galatea.
You suck at that.
Yeah. It's
and-
Miriam's decision there.
Yeah, and then the third one is Green and Ethan are innocent. Make sure they are okay.
What did you do to work towards that goal?
Nothing.
Yeah, I did more to help them than you did.
The White Sun goal is definitely one to keep.
This is going to be very interesting next session.
I don't know what the fuck's gonna happen.
Yeah, I thought we were gonna stay on the station longer. I didn't expect that, so I don't think I got any goals.
I didn't expect the Empress thing.
What the fuck, not?
Yep.
It's so stupid, but it's amazing. I want to see where it goes.
Yep. All right. Cool. Thank you, everyone.
That was weird.
Sweet. We'll be back next week. Same time, same place. Probably longer. See ya. Have fun. Sayonara.
See.
I don't know how to say bye in any other languages.